Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven, accompanied by Queen Taylor, and today we're going to be taking a look at Danny Dyer's Real Football Factories Northwest. This is a Manchester firm's full documentary by the channel Toughest, and this is actually a video that won our first poll. So you guys, this is a long one. Grab your popcorn, enjoy, and let's see what this is all about. Let's hop on over the video and let's get started.
I'm Danny Dyer, and this is the Real Football Factories. I played Tommy Johnson in the movie The Football Factories, which was all about football violence. Fucking nutters. But that was just acting. Now I'm on a journey around the country meeting the real firms who have mass offs at football matches for real. No fake blood, no stuntmen. No makeup. This time it's just me and the country's hardest hooligans. Let's go! Let's go! I meet the real top boys who tell you the score.
Interesting.
Yeah,
this isn't at all what I was expecting.
This is not at all what I was expecting.
I thought it was literally gonna be some sort of factory where they're like making footballs or something. I was like, this is gonna be a really long 45 minutes, but I'm actually interested in. I'm excited now.
I had no idea who Danny Dyer was, so I'm glad that they he kind of introduced himself and said like, this is where I'm known from. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a how it's made, you guys.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be a cool how it's made. No, real blood here, boys.
Welcome to the Real Football Factories. For tonight's show, I'm in the Northwest. It's a tale of two cities, Liverpool and Manchester.
Liverpool and Manchester.
Manchester.
This part of the world has seen some of the worst football violence and tragedy imaginable. It's not surprising, as it's home to two of the biggest footballing cities we've got, Liverpool and Manchester. The two cities are home to 4 Premiership football teams and boast the most famous and successful British clubs, Liverpool and Manchester United. But with success comes a deep hatred and bitter rivalry that stems from the history of the two places. I'm on a journey to find out why they hate each other so much. I'll meet some of the firm's top boys and see what happens at a Liverpool Man U grudge match in the FA Cup. When the two teams clash, it's like a war zone. Liverpool's urchins versus Manchester's notorious Red Army.
I wonder why they call them Liverpool urchins. Is it the urchins or merchants?
Urchins, I think you said.
And
like sea urchins is what I'm gathering.
And then the Red Army. I never knew that. That's what the fans were called.
I didn't either. We've got a Patreon member that's a Manchester fan, but I didn't know that.
I bet you he voted for this video.
Yeah, he did.
I bet you guys did.
The hooligans. I reckon the hooligans these fellas are today.
Straight up.
The roots of the hatred between the two go back in time.
Manchester United and Liverpool in general will go, but it still escalates to Manchester and Liverpool. It goes back to the Docker days.
In the 70s, with the nation in the midst of economic decline, the Manchester Ship Canal took business from Liverpool docks. Eventually they closed.
Goes back historically to when the Manchester Ship Canal was built. When the big ships started bypassing Liverpool and going directly to Manchester docks, the Liverpoolians, took exception to it.
Aggravation, la 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 la.
With the docks closing and mass unemployment in the region, young men needed an outlet to vent their anger.
You had young men who were totally disaffected, very, very angry with the world, and would use football as a vessel to achieve some sort of stance, some sort of statement about what they were feeling.
I'm going to start my story in the city of Liverpool, a place where high unemployment helped create a new social phenomenon, football hooliganism.
I'll put it this way, if the trouble comes to me, you know, and you're standing there, you can't hold back because you get killed.
But the one thing Liverpool did have going for it was a hugely successful team. This gave the people of Liverpool a sense of pride. Football became like a religion to them. But the Manchester football teams were not as successful, and this increased the rivalry between the two towns.
One group of United supporters runs down to the Kop, Liverpool's end, and police soon chase after them. 5 minutes before kick-off, fighting near the United end. The police quickly step in.
So it starts out with the dock situation in Liverpool, in Manchester, opening up a new dock system, which took workers and work away from Liverpool in a time where, economic things weren't going so hot economically. So I'm sure that caused an issue between these two, cities at that point.
Yeah.
And now they're using football. So it was interesting that they said Liverpool had a very successful, team at this point, but Manchester wasn't. So why would that be more fuel to the fire? I guess maybe from a Manchester.
Yeah, I think more on Manchester's side of things.
10 people were arrested in all. 24 were thrown out of the ground, and 4 people were stabbed with craft knives, including a police officer.
Jeez.
From 1977 to 1984, Liverpool won the European Cup 4 times and travelled all over Europe in the process. The Liverpool supporters came home with sportswear and designer clothes from their travels, and they wore them back home on the terraces. The casual look was born and became the iconic terrace wear adopted around the country. This bred even more jealousy from Manchester, as Liverpool would rub their faces in it on the terrace catwalk.
It was a kind of badge of honour that they'd been abroad and nicked these things, and it became a fashion statement from there.
A competitive nature about how you look, how you appear. We come from whatever part of the country, we can afford more than you can.
The proper pistol.
The Liverpool mob rampaged around Switzerland, France and Italy, leaving a host of burgled sports shops in their wake.
They basically pillaged their way across Europe. Scouse Vikings, they used to just, anything that wasn't nailed down, they'd take.
They were just astonished at how easy it was because, these places weren't expecting anyone.
You'd see lads on a Saturday who hadn't worked all their fucking lives wearing Rolexes. Where'd you get that from, mate? You haven't saved for it. You haven't saved out your gyro for a Rolex, have you? And then a couple of weeks later they'd sell it on and then go on the next trip.
The bizarre label soon became the must-have terrace wear for any self-respecting hooligan.
What's that on his shirt? Oh, it's a crocodile. Crocodiles, you into animals or something? Oh, everyone's wearing it.
Fred Perry, Lacoste.
Timberland, the Stone Island, the Burberry.
Things like Sergio Tacchini tracksuits. These were the tracksuits that the kind of local bourgeois would use to their tennis clubs. And they'd come back and wear them and they became the fashions.
Where have you got that from? Oh, got it abroad when Liverpool were playing, so and so.
You'd be searching high and low, you get your wages and just traipse around the shops for hours looking for it.
Liverpool is where the casual movement was born, a look that swept the country in the 80s. Retro 80s casual fashion has become big business. I went and checked out some of the gear in the local shops.
So I'm at a gaff called Tessuti. I'm going to meet some geezer that's going to tell me exactly what they'd wear on the terraces in the northwest. You've got some proper gear here, haven't you?
I met Jay, the shop manager, who showed me his extensive collection of original 80s terrace wear.
That is nice, though.
Lovely demo.
That is nice. Oh, you can get away with that now, easy, mate.
Yeah,
easy.
all day long. Juicy.
Little pink cardigan, look.
All coming back in this now.
That's what I know. I don't mind a bit of pink myself, but
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Look, you've got to be able to hold your hands up and run about in that, ain't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm loving the gear.
Why is it that I always thought the little gator was something else? I have a shirt with a gator on it like that.
Yeah.
But I always thought it was like Polo or something.
Polo's the guy on the horse.
Yeah. I don't remember what the gator was from.
I don't either, but I recognize it. I don't remember the brand name either, though.
And it's pretty awesome that football made some fashion.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Jay had a few things to say that opened my eyes to how important clothes are on the terraces.
It's like a working class man's catwalk, you know what I mean? It's the way I see it. You get to the football on a Saturday, you want to be wearing, what's the point in, you know, buying your latest Falraven coat? Where are you going to wear it? What are you going to do? It's the football. It's working class, you know. It's one-upmanship.
Have you got a favourite piece?
My favourite.
Of all time?
All-time favourite piece. I mean, most people would go for the green BJ because it's so iconic. It's like the mythical. Some people don't even believe it exists. Do you know what I mean? The green BJ. It's, you know, it's so hard to get and stuff like that.
So Jay's an 80s clothes fanatic, but he's not a football hard man. So how do the real hooligans use terrace fashion when they're going to the football?
I wondered, but he doesn't have any bags.
If you want to look like a lad and act like a lad, you get treated like a lad. And that's a uniform you wear at football. Basically, if you wear Stone Island, you're classed as a lad. If you wear designer gear, you're classed as a lad. If you wear a shirtie, you're classed as a supporter. If you see 50 shirties, you don't touch them because you're not interested. If you see 10 designer gear lads walking down the street, you know they're interested. You know, designer gear is a hooligan.
Clothes on the terraces have evolved into a uniform, a way of identifying each other. Hooligans stopped wearing teams.
So he basically said, based off of what they're wearing, is whether they're down to.
Yeah.
He's like, they're interested.
Scarves and shirts. The designer label was what made them part of the firm.
So next time you go to a football match, be careful what you wear. Don't turn up in your best designer labels, or you could end up in trouble.
In part 2, we'll see the terrible events involving Liverpool fans that entirely changed the face of football in this country forever. I'll meet the top boys from Manchester and Liverpool who describe the battles on the streets and how the firms had to become organised.
Bye.
You think he's going to meet them all at once at the same place? Because that would be really funny.
God, did you get some good ideas down there? Came down here looking for it, you get it, quite simple. Just done it.
Welcome to part 2 of the Real Football Factories, where this week I'm in the Northwest. In part 1, we looked at the bitter rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester and the mass battles that went on between their two biggest clubs. Over the years, Liverpool thugs had a reputation for taking European towns by storm and regularly caused trouble in grounds around the continent. This caused a horrific disaster at the European Cup final between Liverpool and Juventus, which shocked the world. On the 29th of May 1985, 39 Italian spectators died in the Heysel Stadium disaster.
Wow.
Heysel marked the beginning of a new era in football hooliganism.
Heysel was a kind of epitome of what appeared to be at first a fairly harmless charge. Just a few people running around. That's what hooliganism used to be, but the consequences of that were awful.
They tried to run away, but a concrete wall blocked the escape route. It collapsed, crushing those on the other side.
And it was just amazing that no one had ever seen that.
So I knew about Hillsborough, but I didn't know about this one with like a stadium collapse type situation.
Mm-mm.
It might not have been like as crazy as a stadium collapse, but maybe just a wall, right? I don't know. That's tragic.
Horrific disaster at the European Cup final between Liverpool and Juventus, which shocked the world. On the 29th of May 1985, 39 Italian spectators died in the Heysel Stadium disaster. Heysel marked the beginning of a new era in football hooliganism.
Heysel was a kind of epitome of what appeared to be at first a fairly harmless charge. Just a few people running around. That's what hooliganism used to be, but the consequences of that were awful.
They tried to run away, but a concrete wall blocked the escape route. It collapsed, crushing those on the other side.
And it was just amazing that no one had ever seen that something awful was going to happen before long. And it took something like Heysel for the people to wake up.
Hooliganism was now front page news. Suddenly the world was watching, and politicians had to take notice.
I wish we could get those responsible, get them before a court and stiff sentences so that they stop anyone else in their tracks from doing this.
Yet more tragedy was to follow the club. But this time it had nothing to do with hooliganism. Hillsborough was the worst disaster in British football history.
Oh, chills.
I paid my respects at the Anfield Memorial to the 96 Liverpool fans who lost their lives at the Hillsborough tragedy in 1989.
Reinforcements are coming from the forest end now. And there are fans climbing up from the terrace to try and get refuge in the seats now.
This horrific...
Oh, maybe he's going to talk about it. Is he going to talk about it?
I hope so.
I don't know anything about it. You knew about it. I don't know anything about it.
Well, just from, we had made a comment in one of our football chanting videos where we saw the stadium.
Is that the one that people have talked about?
Yeah, they said it happened one time and it was Hillsborough.
Oh, so I've seen multiple comments. I don't know that I ever saw one that said where, but I've seen people talk about like some sort of accident. That's
like the stadium
It's
collapse.
interesting that it was, what do they say, in 89 it happened? So like 35, 36 years ago, and there's, people are still putting stuff out. I mean, this is obviously too,
refuge in the seats now.
This horrific event forced the government to act. It would change the face of football forever.
Heysel and Hillsborough changed everything. Hillsborough more so than Heysel because it changed the design of stadiums.
The game started to tidy itself up, especially looking after fans, putting grounds in order and making the places safe to go to.
This was a turning point in British football. The standing terrace became a thing of the past. All top-flight clubs had to rebuild the stadiums to become all-seaters, with tighter security, better turnstiles and more expensive tickets. This drove the hooligans out onto the streets.
So what's happened in the past 15 years, 20 years since those disasters is a kind of social cleansing of football, a deliberate pricing policy that has pushed hooliganism, they thought, to the back burner.
The football crews who caused problems had to find somewhere else to cause the problems because grounds were cleaned up. That's when things really did change. The idea of organising rendezvous anywhere other than the ground.
Hooligans were forced to organise fights away from the grounds. They formed gangs that became synonymous with the clubs. Liverpool were the Urchins, Manchester had the Red Army or the Intercity Jibbers. Man City were the Young Governors, and Everton, the County Road Cutters. Hatred became set in stone. Firms from the cities Manchester and Liverpool still do battle on the streets to this day. It doesn't matter if Man U play Liverpool or Everton. Whenever they're in town, they get it from all sides. Everton's ground, Goodison Park, is just a stone's throw from Anfield. In 2005, Manchester United and Everton clashed on the streets in the Battle of Everton Valley.
My goodness.
It kicked off when Man United brought newly signed Wayne Rooney back to Everton for the first time. The unhappy Evertonians wanted revenge for losing their favourite son, and 30 to 40 of the hardcore Red Army hooligans were the unlucky recipients of their wrath. This morning,
I was listening to him and I didn't read the sign until it was at the very end. Once a blue, now a red. In our hearts, you are dead. Wow.
Yeah, that's... Whew.
So... Okay. Well, I just don't know enough about sports to ask the question I was going to ask without just it sounding really stupid. But
There are no dumb questions here on the internet.
oh, there are most of them.
Most of
apparently.
them are.
I don't know how often you have a say-so in a transfer. I don't know if it's something where I know in at least certain sports, you're able to request one, but I think there's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through. I think it's only something that can be done a particular time of year or a particular time in your contract. I don't know. I remember reading something about it one time. Otherwise, I don't know if it's something that's up to like the team. I'll call him manager because I don't even know what to call him. So I don't know how often you have the say-so, which if that's the case, if this guy didn't have the say-so and he just got transferred for like his fans to hate him because he's on the opposing team.
I think it's a contract
says a lot.
Trade, maybe money involved. you
Yeah.
know? I don't know. Let us know down in the comments. Thanks.
Yeah.
Red Army hooligans were the unlucky recipients of their wrath.
This morning, riots mar Everton defeat. Radio City 96.7 News.
This has in fact been described as the worst football violence ever to take place on Merseyside. In fact, many say on the inside at Merseyside Police that it's the worst that they have come across.
So this is Everton Valley, where I'm going to meet Andy Nichols, who's going to tell me about a proper battle between Man United and Everton.
Andy Nichols is known to police as a Category C hooligan, the worst kind. He's been nicked over 20 times for football violence, and he's banned for life from every football ground in the country.
Jeez.
25 years I've known it, only about 3 clubs have ever bothered to come down here. West Ham did. They were done in. Middlesbrough came down, this one did better than most, and Southampton were the only other one who come down here, really. Came down here looking for it, you'd get it, quite simple. I've done it. Very few grounds like this were in built-up housing estates and with the terraces running alongside it where it would just be a paradise, just hooligans' paradise, basically.
And?
Hello, Dan.
Pleasure to meet you, son.
And you, mate?
Listen, I just want you to tell me a little bit about this battle that you had with Man United.
United, yeah. 30 of their main lads peeled off.
Right.
Called it on. Everton had 200 and filled them in. Well, they did all right. They did as well as they could. They weren't good enough. But the myth is that they were just that little gang and they went out looking for it. The fact is, 250 of their mates stood from here to that wall away in a mystery escort which was broken by Everton. And that's where the myth of it comes, and the annoying part is they've done well with the numbers game for 20 years, United, and no one can give them grief for that because they pulled numbers in, year out. They're the only ones that carried it on for 10, 15 years. But when they come unstuck, they use the numbers game against them.
Andy met up with Eddie Beef, one of Man United's former top boys, who's been no stranger to street battles over the years. Andy and Eddie were arch rivals who regularly fought each other on the street.
It's funny because they make these guys look so like these are the top boys and they look so rough and tough. But I'm like, how did they get like single shots? Like, did the producer say, hey, Andy, can you sit by that wall and make a grimacing face? You know? Because they had the guy like just sitting up there posted up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
No. Bend your knee and prop your leg. It looks tougher.
It looks tougher.
Streets in the old days. Eddie had a different version of the...
Hold on, sorry.
You know, these B-roll shots, right?
Back it up a skosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who regularly fought each other on the streets in the old days. Eddie had a different version of the Battle of Everton Valley.
Man United stood the ground and got beat up. Not beat up. There was less numbers, yeah? And I wasn't there personally myself. A few of my friends was. They got hijacked off about fucking 200 people. There's only 40 of them. And that's why they think they've done Man United, but they didn't really. Seriously, they never did and never will. Because we're hard as fucking nails.
So cut the bullshit now, right? Because that's sort of fucking shite, innit? You were doing well there, weren't you?
Oh,
you were doing well, and
slinging
it's
it
a load
in,
of
yeah.
wank. You're not slinging it in, you're talking shite. At the end of the day, right?
Well, you're throwing this on
At the
me
end of
now,
the
go on.
fucking day now, right? You always play the numbers game, United, right? So answer me this truthfully
Always had
now.
the big numbers, though, haven't we?
Always had the big numbers, never take that away from you. So last year now, you're fucking 500 are getting escorted out to Goodison.
Go on.
And your 40 break away. Correct. And get mullered.
They got fucking leathered.
They got leathered. Where was the other fucking 4,500?
The police had hold of them.
20 police stopped 4,500.
The police
So you
had
use it to your advantage, and then when it goes tits up, you use it to your disadvantage.
You know what, me and
They
him
were done.
fucking hate each other, you know.
You got done. That's the one thing they won't do is hold their hands up and say we got done fair and square.
I'm not surprised they can't agree, so I'll leave them to it.
That's it. That's what pisses me off about
So
United.
anyway.
Quite.
I mean, he's not wrong, though.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
It's funny because, yeah, I literally already forgot their names, but the guy on the right seemed like such a bullshitter, and the guy on the left seemed like he was like, I'm not going to deal with literally anything. He seemed like a tough guy. The other guy seemed like just a schmoozer and a bullshitter.
My journey took me from Liverpool to nearby Manchester, the home of the notorious Red Army. It's only 30 miles away, but Old Trafford is a different world, all gleaming glass and neon.
Through the 70s, United developed a reputation for being the most feared hooligan firm in the country, and the worst, or the nadir, was reached in the period when they were relegated at the end of the 1973 season. They went into the second division and basically terrorised the market towns of England.
The Red Army are the most active firm in the Northwest. Every year they have more arrests than any other club. In 2005, 160 Man United fans were arrested at football matches and more than 100 were banned from games.
Jeez.
Double the number for any other team in the region. Colin Blairney, a Red Army regular, is well qualified to tell tales of the violent past.
I don't think anywhere's seen as much mob battles as this. The mobs there are uncontrollable. And it's a bottleneck as well. And when they used to clash, it was that bad that you'd just all be absolutely gobsmacked at what happened on that side. A lad lost his eye, sadly enough, here. And the weapon that was used was thrown down there. It's quite a bad day, that, really. And that was 3:10 when the kick-off had already got off.
Colin, you're outing yourself, mate. You're outing yourself. You're telling them what happened. You're the guy that threw it down the well.
There was one almighty rumble at the back on the Stretford End Bridge. And that's the only time there's ever been trouble at that side of the ground. The trouble was always here on the forecourt. By God, did you get some good ideas down there, because that's a bottleneck again, splits into two. That was a trap, that. And obviously we knew it and would lure them into these kind of traps. That's just one of them. There's plenty more down there. Pandemonium, running battles up and down here, manic mayhem. Usually there were traps in these side streets for up to 10, 20 minutes, which in football is a long time. 3-4 minutes is a long time in a ring. Never mind 5, 10, 15 minutes in these streets. No control once it hits the side streets, the police here. Not a chance. All you can do is chase you with horses and I suppose the big sticks and batons come out.
Manchester United's firm are also known as the Intercity Jibbers, notorious for robbing their way around the country. Unlike Liverpool, who ransacked shops around Europe, Manchester United's firm did their robbing much closer to home.
Why?
The reputation
They're hooligans, man.
at that time period was like nobody could touch us. Well, nearly every shop that was along the front here, nearly every pub, every kind of person who was selling merchandise at that time would be not attacked, but we would have them over somewhere along the line. All the cash that was generated round there, we was taking half of it. In them days, it was just mob rule, mobbing and a robbing, we called it.
Just a few miles from Old Trafford used to stand Main Road, the old stadium of Manchester United's nearest neighbours and bitter rivals, Manchester City. Main Road was in the infamous Merseyside district. The stadium was hidden amongst dark streets and old terraced housing. Main Road was a perfect location for hooligan activity. Even in the post-Hillsborough police crackdown, fighting could break out around the stadium, especially when United were in town.
This clash between Manchester's rival gangs was arranged on the phone 2 weeks in advance. Youths arrived carrying a wooden club, rocks and bottles. After some stone throwing and jeering, the United fans are chased off. But as he runs away, one is caught and dragged to the ground. He's surrounded and repeatedly and brutally kicked. But the man seen here throwing a stone hasn't finished with him. As he lies defenceless, the attacker runs over and jumps on him, stamping on his head.
Jesus.
The injured man survived, cut and badly bruised, probably owing his life to changing fashions in footwear. Fans now prefer soft trainers to hard leather boots.
Somebody stopped to check on them.
I don't know how someone could beat up one person, like a mob
group
of people.
Yeah.
A group of people can fuck up one person and then just casually walk away.
That doesn't make you hard either. Like, you're not a badass for ganging up on one person.
They're like, oh,
fight him one-on-one if you want to like be tough. And
Here.
if you know that you can't beat him, then you're not tough.
let me jump on his head while he's already down. I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna kill him. He's gonna die, maybe. And then, no, nothing to see here, boys.
I'll get the credit for being the one to kill him.
God,
That's the
that's
other 20 people stomped him out of like unconsciousness.
that type of shit, man.
And then walk away, yeah.
It's ridiculous. And then just
That's
walk
different
away
than
so
like
casually.
fighting. That's not.
Yeah, it's not really fighting. That's just I'm gonna take somebody and ruin their lives because of what? Their clothes? Because they're heckling me?
Because they're rival teams.
Silly Billy dudes. I hate to say it. That will never happen in America because all it would take is one guy with a gun.
Yeah.
And it would become a massacre.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate to say it, but that's the reality of it. But still, this kind of shit is not cool, man.
So I've learnt that the Northwest is a tale of two cities with four major teams. We've seen the major firms of Liverpool and Everton and met the crews from Manchester's big clubs. But what happens today when the two biggest teams of the Northwest clash in a crunch match in the Cup? We'll find out in part 3 as Liverpool take on Man United at Anfield. This is part 3 of the Real Football Factories, and this week we're looking at the firms of the Northwest. In part 2 I went to Liverpool and Manchester and saw one of the biggest footballing rivalries in the country. I was going to see what happens when the two cities meet in an epic clash with the possibility of a mass brawl.
Danny Dyer's got such a great voice for this voiceover because it's like rough and tough, you know?
The FA Cup draw has brought these two giant cities together again in a historic battle.
I think it's inevitable. There's going to be one hell of a clash somewhere. Be it at the train station, be it away from the ground, something will go on.
WFM 97.2. Today's subject, hooliganism in sport. I would be very worried going to the game and coming away from it.
Liverpool fans against Manchester United fans, it's going to be... I'd love a ringside ticket. I'd love a ringside ticket.
The old foes of Liverpool and Man U met at Anfield. Liverpool haven't beaten their rivals in the FA Cup for 85 years. But it's more than just football.
Wow.
It's City versus City, as the two Goliaths meet in an epic encounter.
So how often do they face off against each other, though? Is it like every couple of years that they'll meet in Anfield? Like, how often does this happen? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I also think that it seems like most of the rivalry and battles that they have is has nothing to do with football.
Has nothing.
They definitely just use that as an excuse. I mean, I'm sure there's some rivalry there, but
yeah,
I think it's just really stemmed from everything with the city and then just kind of taken off from there.
5 years, but it's more than just football. It's city versus city, as the two Goliaths meet in an epic encounter. The police will have to show their mettle to keep the lid on this game. I was there at Anfield. On the morning of the match, I saw the police marshal a huge amount of Man U fans from the station, making sure nothing kicked off. The police escorted the Manchester United fans from Manchester Piccadilly to Liverpool Lime Street. Their presence on the train was to protect normal passengers. When they arrived at Lime Street, the police searched fans using the new Section 60 ruling that allows them to search any football fans who are travelling to and from a football match.
Wow.
Get out of these craft matters.
Man U lost a match, and I was suddenly surrounded by angry Man U fans spoiling for a fight. So I had to slip off sharpish.
Man United brought 6,000 to Anfield, and if they'd have bumped into the Liverpool faithful, it would have had dramatic consequences. So, how does the old Bill manage to prevent a mass brawl on the streets of Liverpool? By keeping the fans apart. But let me tell you now, it's a tricky business. So the cops, they managed to get the Liverpool fans away from the ground.
Fuck off, man, you, go on! You need to...
And what they did was they formed a hardcore barrier of riot police across here just to hold them back. They've then released the Man United fans who are baying for Scouse blood. Now they've all come out here looking for a tear-up, but for their disappointment, no one here.
Nowhere to be seen.
Anticlimactic.
Are we all here?
So the cops managed to keep the angry Man U mob away from the Liverpool fans, and they marched them down the long road towards Liverpool Lime Street station.
The Liverpool police managed to escort the Red Army back to Lime Street, where they handed them over to the BTP, who prepared for the onslaught.
He's cute, he's so fluffy.
He's ready to attack.
Yeah, he is.
It's full on through.
Every Saturday, train stations around the country are like war zones. Armoured riot police everywhere, just in case.
If I was to visit during this time and I didn't know all this and I got off the train and there were cops everywhere, I would be scared shitless.
I know, right?
I'd like, why are they here? What's going on? Am I about to die?
And they're kitted out too. The cops look beefy.
Yeah, they do.
Armoured riot police everywhere, just in case.
Just wait, please.
Get on the train, stop though.
If I have to tell you again, you won't be going anywhere, mate. All right, buddy.
The police escorted the huge numbers of Man United fans back to Manchester in a successful operation. The police seem to be keeping a lid on it, especially in big cities. My journey took me away from the big towns into unknown territory, where the breeding ground for thugs is still alive. I'd been invited to Burnley to meet a firm of notorious hooligans, the Suicide Squad.
Oh boy.
I've come across some naughty people now, so... You know, the only thing that worries me is the fact that I got you with me, yeah, who's holding the camera, and no one can see you, and you weigh about as much as a Rizzler paper. I've got a treacle with me, got some geezer with a clipboard, and we're going into a pub that's got the Suicide Squad in there. It should be a laugh. It should be a right laugh.
So we're going through this documentary, and I'm wondering, like, okay, that seemed fairly recent, and it looks like the cops have really stepped up and like figured it out and like know where the spots are to funnel these people, especially the Manchester United folks back to the train stations. Do you think the culture of hooliganisms and hooligans is starting to die down?
I feel like from what it was in, you know, the 70s and stuff, I feel like it probably has. I don't think it's gone by any means. And maybe it's not died down at all. That's just my guessing. But I feel like it's not as prevalent as it was. I think you get those people and you probably get those crowds, but I don't think it's
like for violence, like thirst for blood. You know, like real gang
and just
shit.
trashing places and you know, like the looting and stuff. I feel like that's probably all died down a lot.
Yeah, I'm wondering as like new generations kind of funnel in and the older generations are getting too old to go. It's like, like where's the line where it's like, okay, this is just foolishness. You know, let's simmer it down to, and maybe it's not. Maybe it's just like generational hatred.
Yeah, it very well could be. Maybe the hatred gets stronger with all those generations.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unlike most of the top boys in football firms, Andy Porter bears no bones about saying exactly who he is.
Andrew Porter, 39-year-old, 40 this year, and I'm a football hooligan. Simple as that.
I have no idea what you said.
Andy Porter, top
He's
boy of Burnley Suicide.
Hooligan.
Yeah, that's just who I am.
What? He's been in and out of prison all his life for football-related violence.
This is basically where most of the battles occur down here. This is where the away fans come down there, you know, to the away parking down there. You used to ambush them on these streets here. That massive car park up there, away fans park on there. They come from down here, up there. We all meet here. No police, nothing. Two sets of lads having enough eat. All these back streets around here, it were good for us because we knew every back street where they were going. Away fans didn't know where they were going, but we could ambush them every back street if we wanted, you know. These are the streets, just good hunting grounds.
Good hunting grounds.
Andy's been involved in football violence since his teens. He's
Jeez.
banned for life from all football grounds, and he has the press cuttings to prove it.
Just all that hot burning shit and all that. That's me getting nicked in 88, Germany. We just give it the Germans and police and just had a riot. That's one of our lads, Italy.
You made a scrapbook for all the battles?
Killed Burnley, West Brom sent that up. Took 300 lads down and just fucked them. You know, it's just, they show a challenge to you, don't they? Saying they're going to kill you, but fair play to them. All right, they come down, going down Foresters now.
Fair play to them.
All right, just going in here.
So I've been stabbed, had my leg broke and everything. I love it. I've got a family and all that lot, and that's why I'm semi-retired and just go to big games.
Really could do with putting us in a big field and let us have it.
Simon looks like a proper dad.
Yeah, he
In the
does.
80s and 90s, it was better than sex, you know, better than sex. The nice blonde there, or football violence, we go for the football violence, great to doubt.
Mick and Simon are Andy's main lieutenants, and they've fought side by side many times.
Football comes really last, it's more about the lads all together, going to matches, getting a row, pissing other people off, owning the place and having a good day.
It's like a biker gang. It's
yeah,
like
I would assume.
similar to like a biker gang is everything that he just said is what it's reminding me of. It's like that comes last. It's really just about getting the boys together, being violent.
Just getting a row, pissing other people off, owning the place and having a good day.
It's not just a 90-minute thing, it's just...
Laugh.
If he has a problem, rings me up, we sort it. If he has, everyone sorts it, everyone's together. You're shit in the same pot.
I say it's a game, it's us against them. That's it, really.
It's like when you used to play soldiers when you were kids and that lot. The armies.
What
That's
doesn't
how it
divide
does,
us
isn't it?
kills
Yeah.
us. Jeez.
Andy and his Burnley crew are the modern hooligan. They operate in small clandestine crews.
The days of the big mobs are fucking gone. Days of 200 going here and there, it's gone. Police are 2 on top. It's better now, fucking 10 against 10. 20 good lads stuck together, not the fuck it's 100. If you're not moving, taking a backward step, you're not fucking moving, is there? There's no one going to move you.
No.
That's it. As soon as you
All
get
day. No, not move you all day.
That's why you get kicked to
No.
fuck, because you don't fucking move. Just wait for slashings to stop, don't you?
Yeah.
But 20 good lads is a mob, and you will not move. All knowing what they're doing together, you won't fucking move them. I don't give a fuck what team you come from.
That answers our questions.
Yeah.
So I've left the glitz of the big cities, the big teams and their feared firms, and I've come to the small mill town of Burnley. I wouldn't have thought this was an obvious choice, Burnley. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, I'm a bit surprised that I've come here. I've been assured that this little firm have got something to say. Burnley seems to be a place untouched by the social cleansing and corporate world of the modern big cities. Burnley is one of the most deprived places in Britain. Most of the cotton mills, all of the coal mines, and some of the engineering firms have closed. There are few jobs here. A lot of homes are derelict, but people still live in them. It's a perfect breeding ground for football hooligans.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, it looks too shit.
I ain't got a clue.
This is a good town for the Atherstone game because it's already, you wouldn't need to board things up. You know, they like boarded up those shops and everything. And this is just ready to go.
So looking at the shots that they did, and I guess for, you know, dramatic effect, they chose these shots of like all these derelict buildings and dilapidated structures. But there's 2 places I've seen in America that nail this to a T. Buffalo, New York looks exactly like this.
Oh.
When we went up to Canada, we stayed in Buffalo, New York, and I swear to God, it is the exact same. Like factories just abandoned, like big structures, you know, homes with broken glass, just dilapidated. But you're like, you should just condemn this city, wipe it out, and start over.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But they don't. And I don't know why they don't. They have that new, what is it? Like when they do that with smaller towns. I forget what the term is. But that, and it reminds me of Detroit. Because I feel like I've seen images of like Detroit where it's just...
I think in every place like that, though, it's not the entirety of the city that's that way. Just like this, you know, they chose those images, but I'm sure there's plenty of buildings that didn't have broken windows and things like that. You know what I mean? So
in Burnley,
maybe it gets to a point where if every single place was like that, then maybe they would. But I don't know, because there's a lot of places that are abandoned out there, like full towns that are abandoned and things where they just never do anything with it.
Victor, Colorado. You remember when we went down to Victor?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty rough. And that was a small town.
Yeah.
That probably could have used a little, you know, reset button.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll see.
What's going to happen when I walk in this boozer? Go either way, they might get me, might love me. I mean, it all depends on whether they like the film or not. If I don't like the film, I'm fucked.
We know what a boozer is, thanks to
Forester's
Mickey.
Arms, right? Yeah. Suicide Squad. Let's go and see what they've got to say.
He's like, I'm stressed, I got to smoke along the way.
All right, boys. How are you, son? Pleasure to meet you, bruv. Pleasure to meet you, son. So this is your boozer then, yeah?
Well, one of them.
Yeah? What I want to ask you first, thanks for talking to me, son, anyway, I appreciate that. Suicide Squad, right? Now, where's that come from? That's a right mad name.
because when suicide bombers started in Lebanon in '83 and that's it. We called the Burnley crew at first.
Right.
And this lad just come up to the suicide squad because we walked suicide bombers and walked from one pub to another, got a card printed, sorted in 10 minutes.
Well, as soon as I was told it, I thought, wow, that sounds a right naughty bunch of people. Now, I didn't know too much about you, so
yeah.
I was a bit like, you know what I mean? You sure we're going to walk in this booze? We're going to end up getting ironed out by this little firm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you seem sweet as, but it's early days yet, you know what I mean? I'm sure someone's going to glass me anyway. I'm only joking. It seemed to be going really well until I put my foot right in it.
Yeah.
You know, you're quite a small club, and you know you've got a naughty little firm, but no, not many firms. I suppose firms up here know about you, but you know, you're almost like in the background. You know what I mean?
No, can you say hello? We can go down London, turn you over. Simple as that. Any big team comes to Burnley, they have it. Simple as that. They fucking do.
Yeah.
It is. You ask Man United, ask fucking Liverpool. You come to Burnley, you'll have a row. You want it, you'll get it. You know when you're new again, if when you get sent to prison, right,
yeah.
you come out and want to do the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's how you love it.
Yeah.
And if you don't love it like that, you don't do it again, do you?
No, that's true.
If you don't like jail, don't fucking do the crime.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And if you just come out of it and hooligan and go bang, 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 every time I've been nicked is through violence, through hooliganism and riots.
Yeah.
And that's it. When you've done as much jail as me, football hooligans don't fucking bother me.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I've done fucking jail sentence after jail sentence after jail for football hooliganism. It don't fucking bother me.
No.
You come out, they all say it rehabilitates you. It don't.
No, of course it don't.
You're born with it.
It's weird. I'm looking at the people in this pub, and there's like little kids.
Yeah.
Everywhere. I wonder if they knew the show was coming and they packed it in, or if it's always packed like this.
It's a small town.
It is a small town, and children, families, you know, coming to the boozer.
Yeah, pub culture's very different than it is here. Yeah,
it looks
not really a thing.
And this one in particular, it looks so cozy.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that, like it's not in a negative context, but it looks like a family run. You know, it looks like a cozy. It looks like someone's home.
It makes me think of that European cafe that we went to.
Yes, it was very just quaint, very cozy. It suits the people here. You know.
Beckham were born, he didn't learn his fucking skill, they were born with it.
Yeah.
Rembrandt, the painter, were fucking born, he didn't learn to paint a fucking brilliant painting, did he? Fucking didn't, did he?
No.
Fucking hell, they're born with it in the fucking genes, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. You got it in you, ain't you? You either got it in you, or you ain't. You either like to hold your hands up or you don't. It's just you're born with it, ain't you?
Of course you're born with it.
And that's what it's about. You know what I mean? If you ain't doing it on the terraces, you're going to be doing it somewhere else. It's just that violent streak.
No, it's not a violent streak. It's being proud.
Being proud of your man.
Being proud of your man. Being fucking don't let people take the piss out of you. Basically, that's it. Be proud.
I feel like
be
Danny's very uncomfortable.
No one takes a piss.
They're defending your patch, innit?
Of course it is. Yeah, territories.
I met the younger boys.
Yeah, he's saying some things.
They have their own firm.
Pleasure, mate. How old are you two? 19.
These teenage lads had already been in trouble for their part in football-related violence.
I've just been in court Thursday now, Southampton.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Got off with a fucking 2-year conditional discharge. But,
for what? Just standing there, or did they catch you on the? Did they catch you on the radio?
Yeah, with CCTV.
They got you on that.
Yeah, about 10 of us.
Really? When you know, I mean, when you're looking at a bit of bird, is that a deterrent, or do you think, fuck it, I don't give a fuck, I just want to kick right off?
It's just like, yeah, but fucking boys, you love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want it. Go for it, don't you?
And for you two, I mean, for them, like, it don't matter about the result. What about you? Does it matter about the result in the football, or is it just about having a tear up?
To me, it's both.
Yeah.
I like football. That's why the passion comes into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I then met the rest of the squad, and Phil told me about when he was attacked by a police dog.
Police dog attacked me, yeah, got me. Because we were all Burnley lads were fighting with police, weren't it, outside Clog and Spindle. So I thought, fuck this, and that dog were all over me, mauling me, running loose. I just fucking got over it, pinned it down and I was smashing it on fucking floor. And then I thought, fuck this, and I picked it up, threw it right into police. And that's no fucking word of a lie. Fucking hate them bastards. Hey, I've got it there, look. Fuck the police.
Phil got 6 months for his assault on the police dog. I thought it was time to leave as I realised I was dealing with some dangerous people.
Come up here a bit.
Come by beer.
He's like, I don't want them to overhear me.
That's exactly what I expected, to be honest. Now these are nutters. This little firm. This takes it to a new level because they've got absolutely no fear of anything. They don't care about anybody. They're very, very passionate about. They don't care about the result either. Very passionate about Burnley, about their manner, which
look at that
I would
little
have thought was
kid
quite a
just
hard
pop
thing
up
to
from
do,
over there.
really. You know what I mean? But these are naughty people. This is the new generation.
He's
I would
the
have
rat.
thought. You know, this is
Yeah, I know, right?
You know, this is the class of people that really just
That's
do
why I said
not
let's
care
go
at
for
all about anything. They don't care about a thing.
Andy Porter's your hardened hooligan. With a resolve like his, it seems hooliganism is here to stay. In part 4, we find out what the future holds for the hooligan.
Welcome to part 4.
All right, we're here in part 4. So it was a 4-part series. There's no way in 6 minutes they're going to be able to knock out another part. So what'd you think of the Burnley boys? The Suicide Squad.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's interesting to see. I'm glad that they answered some of our questions. You know, we were talking about wondering if they're still in kind of large masses like that or not. It's interesting to see. You could feel the passion, particularly in some of them over others.
Yeah.
Some of them, I'm like, they don't look like the type of guy that'd be out there just trying to start fights and
In the bigger
fight the police and stuff like that. So it's funny. Like the guy you said looks like a proper dad. I'm like, yeah, the other guy looks like he works on computers, and it's just the stereotypical what you think of like a fighter. The main guy, was it Andy?
Andy.
I could see
Andy is
that.
Cold-blooded killer.
And the guy that has the fuck the police tattoo, I'm like, you can definitely tell there's a real passion with some of them, and that it's in their blood. But it's interesting to see.
And you know what I think too is so the greater picture of all this is they're in a rundown shit city, and if this is the only thing that kind of brings people together and gives them some sort of happiness, you know, even if it's just like a collective bunch in a group, like, you know, let's say they're in a town of, you know, a couple thousand people, you know, in that pub, there's people with true passion and true happiness and true love for one another. Like, fuck it, give it to them. You know what I mean? We only live once. You're doing the day in, mundane, day in, day out bullshit. It's like, here you go, boys. Use your club.
Yeah. I mean, out there fighting is different than
but I don't
out there
think
just like murdering people. And
I don't think it happens all the time. I think it's just like once in a blue moon type deal that happens. You know, I don't know if they're like going out looking for shit. I think it just, if it pops off, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
They're there. Was it?
Yeah.
Two great minds think alike.
4, the real football factories. I've met top men from the main firms of the Northwest, and I've heard their stories. They don't seem to be ashamed.
People, quite a lot who used to get injured. And I know in every book you read, every sort of organised hooligan firm say, we only look for the ones who want trouble, and they look for us. That is half true. But believe you me, there's a lot of people get caught up as casualties.
The original hooligans are now grown up with children of their own. But how are the football factories working today? Is there a new generation coming through the ranks?
It's quite bizarre when you watch middle-aged men pointing and gesticulating and drunk. And you've got to think to yourself, if that's a dad, and like I say, maybe a granddad, what sort of role model is that person anyway?
I sit and look at it now and I think, I won't like my lad to be in that situation. I won't like anybody to be in that situation, whether he's an Arsenal fan, Liverpool fan, whatever.
If I had a lad now who was 14, 15, and he was telling me, look, I'm going with the lads to the football, I'd do everything I could to stop him going, because it's changed that much.
Andy Nichols finally saw the error of his ways. He retold the tale of when he realised he had to hang up his bother boots.
And one thing that brought it home to me was about 4 years ago. Obviously I was well known, and the police obviously had files on me, and a copper come up to me at Birmingham and said, oh, you were nicked here in '84, weren't you? And I said to him, yeah, well, were you on duty? He said, no, I was in fucking school, isn't it about time you grew up? And I think that day it was like a big hammer hit me on the head, thinking, whoa, hang on. Brought it home really a bit, but
yeah,
time to pack in, I think.
With Andy's father on his deathbed, the reality of what he's done came crashing down.
And it just brings home again. I mean, he was in hospital, short illness. He was very, very poorly. We knew he wouldn't be coming out. And, you know, you get a lot of time to reflect then. You know, you're sitting alongside the hospital bed watching someone who's brought you up and probably, you know, wanted the best out of you in life. And then it kind of brings it home of probably the shame and the upset you've caused him over the years. I don't think I ever said sorry when my dad was alive for the way I was. Probably wish he would have done though. Yeah, probably wish he would have done. Oh well.
But what does the future hold for a young private coming through the football factory production line? Andy Porter does have a son, and he's at a ripe age to be conscripted into the army of the Suicide Squad.
You don't breed something what's in you. Do you know what I mean? You don't learn it, it's just fucking in you. You never learn a trade like that. But it's him, innit? It's in my genes, it must be in his genes. He wants to be a footballer again. And if he wants to be one, so be it. I've told him how it is, get in trouble, go to jail, live and fight another day. Right, Sam?
I feel like you have to be, like I said, you know, some of them you can tell they have the passion. If you are...
Andy, that was a bad... fucking...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just get your comments out.
You're breeding this boy. You're training him.
Mm-hmm.
You're training him to be this... And you want it more than he wants it, probably. But he just wants to impress his dad and be cool with his dad.
Yeah.
I mean, look, mate. I don't know how it is to go to jail in the UK or in the... I don't know how it is. If you go to jail once in America, you fucked your entire life up. You will never get a decent job. You will never get... you will ruin your life if you go to jail. You get a felony. If you have a felony charge, forget it. Dude, you're working on McDonald's. And we all know that McDonald's in America is not like a profitable venture for you in your life. So, I don't know. Where's the mother in this? I don't think it's right. I don't think it's right to like groom your child to be the next hooligan.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should give him a fucking book or a guitar or some paint, like a hobby to pursue his dreams. I don't think this is necessarily a dream for people.
I think that if maybe it wasn't even his idea, like he's not the one that brought it up to his son, maybe he's not necessarily encouraging it, but he's definitely doesn't seem to be trying to discourage him from it or be like, you know, no, this isn't the life that I want for you. And that's crazy to me as a parent that it feels like he's got more love for hooliganism than he does for his own child, because as a parent, you should want the absolute best for your child. And no matter how much you love being a hooligan and the fighting and all the things that come with it,
yeah,
you shouldn't want that for your kid.
And I want to make a quick distinction there, because you kind of hit it on the head. The hooliganism is the negative. The football club, like the social aspect of it, I guess the firm, you know, being in a group that supports a team is another thing. Like you can have a fan club social thing that doesn't have the hooliganism in it and be cool.
Yeah.
I think
it's not even like the title of being a hooligan that's necessarily the bad part. It's knowing that your kid very potentially could be in and out of jail their whole life. Like you should want better than them for that. Knowing that they could get in a brawl with somebody who that person has decided they've had enough, and instead of using their fists, they use a knife or something.
Yeah.
Knowing that your kid's got potential to either be killed or kill someone if it's bad enough. You know, it's those things that are what makes it negative and what makes it be like, I don't want that for you. That was my life. I talk about how much I love it, but that's not the life I want for you.
And it was different times back in the 80s compared to now, you know? And like, and just insert any type of gang, like insert biker gang, street gang, whatever you want. that peddles drugs, peddles this, does all that, the violence. Insert any gang. I think that's kind of shouldn't encourage your kids to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like Andy's not stopping it. He's also not discouraging it. He's kind of like, if he wants to, but as his son's over there, like he's kind of proud. He's talking about it in a proud manner. And I don't agree, dudes.
And I think that's typical for anybody in a gang. That's how they are, you know. I think some even necessarily encourage it and like push that on their children, but it's awful.
All right.
Want to be an hooligan? So that's the next generation of youth.
Thanks, you bastard.
Coming through all the time. You'll never take it out of us.
Andy's son will never have the lived experience through Andy, through those times when football was like super, he won't live through the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, where, you didn't have the cameras or you didn't have the social media or the internet really as prevalent as as it is today.
Yeah.
I think the world is, kind of changing. So it's kind of crazy for someone to like want to relive in the past so much. And I get that the past was the glory days. I don't know. This whole documentary series was really interesting.
Yeah, it was.
I thought again, I came into this thinking it was going to be like how it's made.
I did too.
The word factories. And I still am not sure if I quite understand the factory thing, but they kept using factory language like assembly line and churning and,
Yeah, it's a totally different thing here.
and just the way they were talking about their clubs as a factory. So that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was a cool video. It was a cool documentary.
Completely agree.
You have anything else you want to add?
No.
You guys, this was a long one. This was 44 minutes in total. So thank you guys so much for sticking with us, for watching it and answering, all of our questions in the comments. How do you feel? This is the last question for you. How do you guys feel about this whole situation? Do you see an evolution in kind of the way the world is working, and especially it being 2025, is this still prevalent today? Are these, gangs, maybe in Danny Dyer's documentary, maybe these, I guess, maybe was it accurate? Do you guys think they over embellished a little bit to make, catchy TV? Do you think it was a little bit too much? I don't know. I don't know how I'm trying to ask that. Was it authentic, basically? Yeah. Is this authentic? Do you think this is real life? I get that it was a full documentary and I get that but was there some people trying to act tougher because they're on TV, Do you think they were over embellishing a little bit? And did they give a good light to football factories out there? All right, you guys, that's our time. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.